Hey guys, so Night the Storyteller here, and Bard is probably one of the most popular classes in D&D, and I completely agree. First character was actually a Bard, and it's pretty close to my heart because of that. So today I want to go over how to make your Bard even better. Also for general storytellers, stick around because I do go over some things that you could probably pick up to make even better characters for your own stories. Tip 1, if you're going to be the horny bard, just padding out the thing because I don't want to get demonetized. If you're going to be the horny bard meme, be fucking funny. This is actually a genuine tip, don't worry. Horny bard is something very popular, but is treated very basic. So if you're going to do it, do it. Mess with their sexuality, give them some kinks, have them be interesting in that morbid sense of, oh gods, what are they doing now? Like, imagine a lesbian bard who is like disgusted by the idea of having sex with men. There's maybe not, she's not like maybe she's not misogynistic or anything, but she just doesn't see men as sexual. But when she sees this big old Goliath woman walk into the bar, she's just like dibs. That will probably make someone laugh if you do it all right. You are going for you're trying to be funny. Like that's the point of the horny bard. You're trying to have fun, you're trying to make people laugh, and you're trying to have a story that you can tell at the end of the day, like, hey, remember this character and the wacky shit they went upon to? So you can't always have that same moment of I want to fuck the dragon because not everyone gets to fuck the dragon. Sometimes you want to fuck the troll. Or fuck the barmaid and end up fucking the king instead. It's, wacky shit. Wacky shit. Any quirks you can add that work with the concept and make it interesting in all the best ways is how you're going to make the horny bard funny. That's how you're going to make your party laugh instead of just roll their eyes. Tip 2 is back to general bard stuff. As much as I wish, I cannot make an entire video about horny bards. Um, but this is kind of related as charisma. Uh, every bard is going to be charismatic just based on the rules. You kind of have to be a somewhat charismatic uh, in terms of stats. And I know a lot of people who just don't know how to be charismatic. They don't really think that they're charismatic. They don't know how to make that work. And that's completely fair. I know plenty of people who are like that, and I've seen them do some wondrous stuff. They're great. But there is some very easy tricks to actually make that work. And, by using them, you can make a really interesting bard. Hell, a better bard than your other bards. The best bard of them all. A bard of the bards, if you say. Um, so first remember that being charismatic is subjective. Not just being a certain character type. So you're not just being Han Solo or Spider-Man. Even though both characters are very charismatic, they're charismatic because they have the ability to make people feel something when they speak. And that's not hard at all. And making someone feel an emotion when you're talking to them is a very, very easy thing. If you can make someone mad, if you can make someone horny, if you can make someone laugh, cry, whatever, you are being charismatic, and that's what you're aiming for. Couple that with trying to accomplish something, and when you speak, you will be a great bard. If you're trying to convince someone, hey, let's go do this thing, and you're laying down the charms, you're making them laugh, you're giving them a big old smile. If you're doing all these things, your bard's going to seem very charismatic and very, very interesting. Tip 3 is related just to what I just said, and that's just being this party silver-tongued expert, you are pretty much expected to sweet talk the problems away. So when you talk to someone and you're laying down the charms, have a clear goal in mind. When you're talking to someone, not all the time, but some of the times, you are talking to them for a reason. Whether you're trying to get in their pants, you're trying to get the guard to look the other way, you're trying to get the guard to give you his money, whatever it is, you're doing it for a clear, express reason. And by always having that goal, if you're talking to an NPC, if you're giving the DM that oh shit feeling, what are they doing now? That's pretty freaking good. That's funny. It's interesting, and it adds levity to the game. That's very interesting. And if you're playing a calculating mastermind as character, that's also how you make it. That's how you do it. Is especially if you're able to give the illusion that your character always has a goal in mind whenever they speak, when they don't. I have a few characters in just general storytelling where I was able to trick the readers into thinking that they always have a goal and they're super two-faced and all this stuff when I just didn't know how to play them. I was just kind of random. Um, and it worked out. It worked out really well. Tip 4 is don't lay down the charms 24/7. You No one in this world can be on their feet, entertaining a crowd 24/7. They Sometimes you just need a moment to let your batteries recharge and be prepared for that next moment. And that that desire for just a moment to lay back down or just to rest is going to give your character a lot of depth. Your character, if your character, like if your party gets to see their friend up on stage, dancing, singing, doing all this stuff, doing this wondrous stuff. And then afterwards, they get to see them at their see them at a lower point where they're just like, I want a drink and like a nap. That's going your party's it's gonna blow your party's mind. They're it's going to be great. And just resting in general is something you don't really get a lot of RP with in D&D, and I think that's kind of a shame because it's again any character could do this. But double so for the bard. The bard can really make that work for them. Tip 5, and easily my favorite part of the bard is how they entertain. How do they be the bard? And while plenty of people are probably going to think, oh, you sing, dance, you play an instrument, you don't have to at all. You could obviously, my bard, he does that. He does. Bartimaeus, my glamour bard, he sings and plays his guitar. However, when he's in the thick of things, he's not singing, he's not dancing. What he's doing is he's looking to his friend and he's talking them up. He's like, "Hey, you are a badass barbarian with muscles bigger than my head. You got this. Tear that man apart. You got this, man." And when Barty is doing a enthralling performance, he is doing a speech, a passionate speech, and under the illusion of some other conversation, but he is talking very passionately. He's using his body language, he's using his words to enthrall the minds of his targets and get them distracted, to get them focused on him so that way his magic can do the work. And you like realistically a bard can do this with any they could do they could dance, they could sing, they could do poems, they could do a TED talk. They can do so much. It's such a useful tool. Remember this. Remember your bard can do whatever they need to. And DMs, let the bard be creative with this. Let them do drum solos if that's how they want to do it. You won't regret it. It's super cool. And I'll see you guys next time. I don't actually know. I don't really have a topic for next time, so if you can, give me a, leave a comment for it.